Bharti Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management (BVI CAM) welcomes you all to today's session 1 of this 2-week refresher course in Engineering, Physical Sciences and Management. In today's session, we shall learn how assignments, quizzes, grading and reporting in Moodle LMS. Our expert speaker, Dr. Sunil Pratap Singh, shall be enlightening us on the same. Dr. Sunil Singh is working as an assistant professor at Bharti Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Applications and Management, New Delhi, India. He completed his PhD in computer science from the Dayal Educational Institute, deemed to be University Dayal Agra. He was awarded PhD fellowship under Research Fellowship in Sciences for Meritorious Student Scheme of University Grants Commission of India. Dr. Singh has delivered many sessions related to Moodle and Sakai Learning Management System in various faculty development and training programs. He has also published many research papers in SCI, ESCI, and Scopus Index Journal. His research interests include multi-criteria decision making and geographical information of Computer Society of India and International Society on Multi-Criteria Decision Making. Dr. is regional integrator one of CSI.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. A very good afternoon to all the participants of this ongoing 2-week refresher course in Engineering, Physical Sciences and Management, being organized in online mode by Bharti Vidyapeeth Institute of Computer Application and Management, New Delhi. Dear participants, I welcome you all in this session on assignments, question banks, quizzes, grading and reporting in Moodle environment. I hope previous sessions on Moodles conducted by Uttam sir and Tana ma'am have enabled you to work in Moodle environment smoothly. So in today's session, we will explore and practice how we can use Moodle to conduct quizzes, create assignments and their assessments, and then we will learn also how to set up a grade book in Moodle. So before starting the session, I request you all to kindly keep your mic mute. For any doubt or question or issue, you may share your question in chat window or ask me directly. I will try to take up your questions one by one towards the end of this session. So these are the learning objectives of this session. We will first set up a grade book, then we will create, publish and assess an assignment, and after completing assignment we will create question banks of different types of questions, and those questions then we will use in a quiz, and then we will see how the marks, grades, points obtained by students in different components, assignments, quizzes, can be reflected, can be manipulated, can be managed in the grade book of the Moodle. So first, what is gradebook? It is a powerful tool for sharing grades and feedback with students and calculating their final grades. And this gradebook provides different options for how to calculate and and display the student's grade. We can add different types of activities under the gradebook, like assignments, quizzes, internal exams, external exams, for every course, and their corresponding grade items can be added to the course gradebook. We can put the grades in gradebook in two ways. One is automatically. Suppose we have created a quiz and the student takes that quiz, automatically the marks will be reflected in the gradebook. And the second option is manually. We can import the marks of students in a particular component. Suppose we conducted an offline exam where students come to college and write their answer sheet, and then after evaluating we may give them marks, points, parts. So in that case also we can manage a Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet can be imported in the grade book of the Moodle. So in two ways, grades, marks, points can be managed in the grade book. We will see it. So categories are an excellent way to group related grade items. Generally, if we have we have four components to evaluate students' performance: assignment, quiz, and exams. So for it might be possible ki we are assigning two assignments. We are giving two assignments to the students, or we may give three assignments to the students, four assignment to the students. So it will be better and manageable to put all those assignments under a specific category for better management of the marks and their components, for better management of component and their marks. So for this reason, we may have multiple categories or different categories for different uh, evaluation components like assignment, quizzes, exams. So Moodle has a built-in calculation, or you can say the aggregation to compute the score for for the entire course, and it can aggregate grades as natural sum of grade. If suppose a student obtained 5 marks in assignment, 5 marks in quiz, 5 marks in internal, 5 marks in external, so by default Google adds all those marks obtained in different components, which is called natural sum. And we have the option to set mean of grades, custom weights, minimum weight, maximum weight, average marks. We can set a custom formula, can also be set. So the grade book uses a default aggregation, as we discussed, is a natural weighting. And now in a mark sheet, you can say grade can be considered as a mark sheet of all the of a student, and a list of marks for all the students. So the marks can be displayed as a numeric score in the form of real, like 19.15 or 19 or 19.00, maybe displayed as percentage, or maybe displayed as letter. We may create a letter scale. For example, if a student scores 90 to 100 marks, so we may assign grade A, letter A. If a student scores 80 to 90, so as per the scheme of the exam, we can accordingly create the grades, the letters for the grade. Okay, so we have the option to display the marks either in the form of numeric form or percentage form or letter form also. So after setting the grade book, we will go for the assignment. We will create assignments. So assignment is an activity which enables a teacher to assign the tasks, collect work, and provide grades and feedback to the students. So students can submit any digital content, or they can directly type in the text box. They can type their response in the text boxes. So they can submit word process document, spreadsheets, images, audio, video, and directly into the text editor. When reviewing the assignments, teacher can grade and leave the feedback comments to the students. Question bank we will create with different types of question, and question banks allow a teacher to create, preview, and edit questions in a database of question bank is a collection of, or you can say a database of question categories. The categories of question may be multiple choice question, true false question, calculation type of question, essay type of questions. So and then after creating the question bank, we will go for creating a quiz. The quiz can be created in two ways in Moodle. One, we can just create the question to the quiz directly, and another way is that first we maintain, we create a database, a collection of the questions, and then those questions can be imported into the quiz. So we will see these two cases, how we can create a quiz directly by selecting appropriate type of question like multiple choice question, true false question, match the following question. And in another way, we will try to create questions in a text file, and then that text file .txt extension, that text file we will import in Moodle, and those questions which we imported through the text file, we will try to add those questions in the quiz. So teacher can allow the quiz to be attempted multiple times with the questions shuffled. We can shuffle the questions. Also, we can shuffle the options. If suppose there are four answer for a multiple choice type of question, A, B, C, D. So it might be possible on first student's screen, the answers, the responses are appearing in the order A, B, C, D. On another screen, on another student's screen, it will be B, D, A, C. So by allowing this option, shuffling of responses and shuffling of questions also. If suppose two students starts attempting the quiz at the same time, so shuffling of questions will allow on first screen, on first student's screen, the question will be different, and on second student's screen the question might be different. So each a time limit of for a quiz may be set. I think you might have observed you all have attempted quiz for your this refresher course program. So you have attempted the quiz in Moodle environment. So today you will see how we can create the quiz, how we'll take the quiz. Okay. So this is the just a flow. What we are going to do in this session, we are going to set up a grade book. This is not mandatory you will follow this type of structure. I'm just for easy interpretation, for easy working. So we are going to add three categories in the grade book. One is quizzes. Under this category, if suppose we create two quizzes, so those two quizzes can be managed under this category of quizzes. Second, we will create a category of assignments, and third for exams. And under this exams category, you may manage the marks of internal exams, external exams. Under assignments category, you may manage the marks, and you may create the assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3 as per your need. Now you can see you have 100% weightage for these categories. So it depends upon your evaluation scheme. But in this session, we are going to implement the weightage for quizzes is 25%, assignments 25%, exams 50%. This weightage, this weight 100% say it cannot be more than 100%. So we will first set up a grade book, then we will create assignments, and then we will grade that assignment, and after grading the assignment we will create question banks, and then we will import those questions from the question bank to create a quiz, and then we will also try to import the marks from Excel sheet. Suppose for example, as I discussed, suppose you conducted an exam in offline mode, so marks of that offline mode exam can be managed in Excel file, and then that Excel file can be imported into the Moodle environments. So please follow me in this organization, in this structure. So we will first go to the grade book setup. I think you all have installed this Moodle, and you all have the role of teacher, and Uttam sir I think have assisted you in creating users in the role of students also. So we need to create the assignment, we should have the role of teacher, and to submit the assignment we should have the role of students also. So I will work with three roles. One, myself, I am being I think I have been registered in the role of teachers. So in the role of teacher, I will create assignment. I will set up the grade book. I will create quizzes. I will create questions. And in the role of student, I will attempt the quiz and I will submit the solution of the assignments. So see, this is the home page of my Moodle software. Login. You all are please suggested to log in with your teacher role first. So after login, this is my home screen, and you can see in the session of user management, Uttam sir has registered me as a teacher in 4 courses. I think in 3 courses in semester 3, and in one course I have been registered in semester 2. Okay, so if you have registered in multiple courses, no problem. We are just going to focus in a single subject. In the same way, assignments, quizzes, question banks can be created in different courses. So I am going to work in this artificial intelligence course. Okay, this is the home page of artificial intelligence course, and in this course, first let me check how many users are registered. Okay, sufficient users, I think 1 2 3 4 10. I have also been registered in this course in the role of teacher, in the role of student, and in the role of manager. And these user 201, 202, 203, these users have been created by Uttam sir in previous sessions, and all these, I think 9 users, 9 students have been registered in this course of artificial intelligence. Okay, so now move to this AI 3 SAM 20, the homepage of this. So see, now click on this grades option. What you are observing, there are, I think, 10 rows having name of users, email of users, and this last column is empty, and no marks have been assigned, no marks have been given to the user for any component, right? So this is course total. Now what we need is, we want to evaluate students in artificial intelligence under 3 categories. So to add the categories, first you are required to click on this turn editing on option. So please click on this turn editing on. Okay, and then click on this setup page. So we are in the phase of setting the grade book. So now you have two options, one is grade item and another one is the category. So if suppose you want to add an assignment, to add a quiz, so that is called an item. And if you suppose want to add a category, for example quizzes, so quizzes is a category under which you can manage quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3. So quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3 are the items, while the collection of these quiz 1, quiz 2, quiz 3, and this is under the category. So we need to create a category here. So it is asking to give the name for a category, and as according to our workflow, we are going to add 3 categories. This is assignments. Okay, so how the grades of these assignments will be displayed? So by default, value, scale, text we can set. So default is value. So the maximum grade for this assignments category 100. Okay, and just save it. Okay, now we are going to add two more categories, quizzes. Okay, so again we will evaluate the marks of quizzes in value format, and maximum grade for this quizzes category is 100. Okay, now adding one more category, exams. Again value and maximum marks are 100. Okay, so for this grade book you can see we have three categories. One is assignment, second one is quizzes, and third one is exams. Now we can assign weights to these three categories. Suppose I want the weightage, the weight for assignments is 25. I want weightage for this quizzes category 25%, and for exam I want 50%. So you can save these after checking these option and inputting proper weightage to different components. Just save changes. So now you can see we have these three categories: 25% weightage, 25%, and 50%. Now see how we can add grade items. So we have this exam totals and we have this exams category here. So I want to add two types of exams under the exams category. This is category and I am going to add items, exams under this category. One might be the internal exam and one might be the external exam. So in that case, this weightage system will work as a in a hierarchy. So the category weightage is 50%. And under this exam category, we might have two exams. So what will be the weightage for those components? We can set that. So please see how we can add grade items. Item name is internal exam, and the grade type is value. Maximum grade 100, no problem, and weight adjusted, we will see it later. So we are going to create this internal exam under which category? Under directly AI course, or assignments category, or quizzes category, or exams category? So as we discussed, we are going to create this internal exam component under the exams category. Okay, save changes. So you can see in exams category we have this internal exam component. Okay, please add one more component, one more item here. Add, and this is external exam. Again, the type of grading is value. We are not going to scale like A, B, C, D, or the text type of. You can see this these maximum grades, minimum grades also, and these are two options: hidden and logged. And if you click on this hidden option, grades are hidden from the students. Hidden until date may be set if desired to replace grades after grading is completed. By default, whenever you award, whenever you grade any assignment, or whenever a student takes up the quiz, so after completing the quiz, after the grading of the assignments, student will directly see the marks. And if you allow this, so the marks will be hidden. Student will not be able to see until you set a specific date. After certain date, student will be able to see their marks. Similarly, marks can be logged. Nobody can update, edit the marks. So these are two options for that purpose. Okay, so now I am going to create second item under the having name external exam, and under the category of exams. Save changes. So you can see automatically this is weighting and sub-weighting system, है ना? This is level 1. The weightage for this exams category is 50%, and under this exams we have two exams, internal exam and external exam. So what will be the weightage of if we talk about the Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University evaluation scheme? So internal exams, the weightage of internal exams is 25%, while for external exam is 75%. Okay, so we can save the changes. So in this way we can create items, we can create categories, and we can assign the weightage to different items and categories in the grade books. So I hope it is clear to all how we can create the categories and items. Items means the component under which you will evaluate the student's performance in the grade book. Okay. So now the next option is to create. Next thing is to create. Now see one more thing. So you can see how this grade book will look like this. So at present you can see we have turned editing on. So this grade book will allow you to enter the marks manually. Now in this case you can see now turn editing is off. If you will click on this to on, so you have the option to give the marks to this student 89. You can input the marks manually, but there is no any advantage of inputting of entering the marks manually. Such types of things can be done in Excel sheet also. So this is not what for which we are learning or using the Moodle. Okay, we will see how the marks will be automatically reflected for the assignment component, for quizzes, and for other components, related components. So turn editing off. Now setup. After setup you can see the scale. uh, to evaluate the students performance, we have generally administrators have defined two scales. One is separate and connected way of learning, and another one is default competency scale, so under which you can evaluate the student as you are not competent, you are competent, you are mostly separate knowing, you are separate and connected, and you are mostly connected knowing learner. So you can define your skills also. If a student perform well, you will write good, excellent, like that. Letters by default, as we discussed, if a student scores 93 to 100%, he or she will be evaluated, will be awarded letter A, grade A minus, B plus. So as per your need, you may redefine, you may update, edit these grades. This option allows to import the marks. It means you first need to prepare an Excel sheet or a XML file of marks, and that file can be imported here, so the marks will be reflected in the grade book. If suppose you have imported the marks of student have been entered either automatically or by the way of importing, you have the option to export the marks, to export this grade book in the XML format, ODF format, plain text format, and you have the option ki which column you want to export: category total, internal exam, external exam category. I think you can directly select or unselect, right? In percentage, in letter, you can select as per your need. So we can export the marks, export this grade book to the Excel sheet. So before exporting, let's see how we can import the marks. Okay, so suppose we conducted an exam in offline mode, where students come to the institute and they write their answers on the answer sheet, and the teacher evaluated the answer sheet and prepared a list of marks in Excel sheet. So that Excel sheet can be imported here. And please see, in Excel sheet, you need to save that Excel sheet in comma separated value file, CSV file. So import, choose a file, encoding UTF, and it is comma separated. This is verbose scales. It is asking if you will select it yes. It both numerical and verbose scales are to be important. Set to no if the only numerical scales are set to be important. So we are working with numerical scores. There is no need to set yes. At a time, 10 rows will be displayed. Okay. So let's see. I have prepared these two Excel sheets. Okay. Just a minute. Let me check how many. One, two, three. Okay. So I think you will be able to see my screen. I have two columns here. One is email address of the students registered in this artificial intelligence course, and another column is marks obtained by the students in internal exam. So randomly, I have entered these marks of 10 students, including myself, because I have been registered in this course in the role of teacher, in the role of students also. So you will see my name in the gradebook is appearing just because I have been registered in the role of student also. So I have prepared this list of marks in internal exam. Okay, you may prepare it accordingly. This email address, you may prepare an Excel sheet with the email address, with the student name, and this column should uniquely identify a student. Please remember, I have chosen this email address because while registering the students, each and every student has their different email addresses. So with this column, I will be able to identify which student has given 90 marks, which student has been given 80 marks. Okay, so you may choose different fields also, like student name. If their names are unique, there is no two students, there are no two students having the same name in that case. So I have prepared this, saved with comma separated value file, CSV file. Okay. Okay, so please see, to import the marks from Excel file, choose a file, and then the option is upload a file. So in this upload option, again we have the option choose a file. So we need to upload that file which we have prepared for the offline exams which we conducted. That is internal marks, suppose. This file on server will be saved with the name INTMARKS. Okay, so this file has been saved on server with the name INT marks. So now you just need to click on the update grades. So you can see whatever you have entered in the Excel sheet is being displayed here. The email addresses of the students, 9 students including me, 10, and their internal exam marks. Okay, this is just only the view of that Excel sheet. And remember, these marks have not been imported yet. This is just a display. Now you need to focus on this. Identify user by. In these two columns, how you will identify the user? By which column the student will be identified? Can you identify the user by their with their marks? 90, 90? No. Two students have same marks. And also this is not a column related to the student details. So to identify the student, we need to map email address in our file to email address which is already registered in the Moodle environments. So there is no any meaning. The name of column should be same. Email addresses, by the way, it is same, but you may write here email only. And the column under which the user are registered in Moodle environment is email addresses, which we cannot change. So in case if you give the column name as email only, so there is no problem. You just need to map from here. You will see the email only. Okay, so these two columns are which we have in our Excel sheet. So we need to map email address to email address, and these columns are uniquely identifiable attributes. You can start user ID, username, ID number, email address. So email address. Now, where these grade will be mapped, where these marks will be mapped in the grade book. So here there is no any significance of this email address. We have identified the students with their email address. We mapped them in the previous section, in this section. Now we just want to import the marks in where we will import in internal exams. So you can see grade items in internal exams. So upload grades, I think done. So the marks have been imported. Let's see the grade book. So marks have been reflected in the grade book for all 10 students. Okay. Similarly, we can import the marks for external exam also. Quickly, let's see. I'm just going to import marks. What happened? I have prepared, let's see first the external marks file. I have prepared one more file with the two columns. One is email address again, and now you can see I'm just giving the column name of this is email only, right? And another column is external exam marks. So by default, all the students I have entered 80 marks for every student. No problem. We are just going to test the system. So save this in CSV format. Okay. Yes. And we need to import this. Choose file. And we have this external marks file here. Give a name with which the file will be stored, saved on the server. So I'm giving the name as extmarks. Upload this file. So you can see this file has been uploaded on the server, but the marks have not been imported yet. So for that purpose, we just need to set no here, because we are not going to insert the grades in scales. We are just going to import the marks in numeric format. So update grades. In this way, you can see here the column name is email only, and the column name of second column is external exam marks. So all the students have been awarded 80 marks in the external examination. Now we need to map the columns. So map from means from our Excel sheet, the name of email column is email, and this email column will be mapped to email addresses. This name is given in the Moodle, and this email is given in our Excel file, CSV file. So the mapping is done. Now where these marks will be imported, will be reflected in the grade book. So we need to set appropriate component, upload grades. So I think marks have been imported for external component. Okay, so you can see 90, 80, 165, and it should be 170 na? So it is showing 165 just because of some kind of weightage effect of weights. So we will see it later how the weights are working and how we can set weighted mean and median and average, like that. So I hope now you all are able to set up the grade book and set up scales, set up letters ABC for grading. You can import, and you can also export the grade book marks. Okay, it is very easy, just need to click the download button. So with this way we are completing the setup phase of grade book. Now let's move to create an assignment, and we will see, we will grade, we will check the assignment in this Moodle environment. We will grade the marks to the students, and those marks will automatically be reflected here in the grade book. Okay, so just click on the home page, this AI 3 SEM 20 home page of the course, where you are going to create assignment. You have I think you have all have registered in 2 3 courses. So as per your need, if you want to create assignment in AI, you can do. If you want to create assignment quiz in database management course, that can also be done similarly. So on this page, please see, we first need to click on this turn editing on option. So it will allow us to add different modules, activities of Moodles in our artificial intelligence course. So please click on this turn editing on option. Sorry, there is a question. If the internal exam component is 25%, but we want to take 3 tests, 1 quiz, 1 assignment, 5 activities of 5 marks adding up to 25. So do we have to specify the internal exam component as 25 or 5 in each category? If the internal exam component is 25%, but we want to take 3 tests, ma'am, I will suggest you, internal exam is, I think, a single component. So you may give the weightage to as per your need, 10%, 15%, 20%. If you are conducting tests, quizzes, I will suggest you to create different category. And suppose let's discuss about the IP Indraprasth University pattern. So we have 3 components here. The internal assessment is of 25% weightage, while the external assessment, in that assessment there is only a single component, that is external exam, and which is of 75% weight. So under this 25% weightage, 25 marks, if we talk about the total marks of 100, we evaluate the students performances under 3 components. One is internal exam, or you can say the midterm exam. So midterm exam is of 15 marks. Okay, so that is conducted in copy paper mode. So students write the answers in copies, teacher evaluate the sheets, copies, and marks them accordingly. This was the one component under 25% of 15 marks. We have 2 more components. One is assignment and another one is quiz. In assignment category, we give 3 to 4 assignments to the students. and the marks of best assignments are considered. This assignment category has the weight of 5% only. Means weight out of 25 marks, assignment is considered for 5 marks. And similarly for quiz, we conduct 2 to 3 quizzes. So each quiz is of 5 mark, and the best marks obtained by students in 2 to 3 quizzes are considered. In continuation to same question in internal component, we need internal distribution of marks as same as ma'am mentioned in the message. I think I have explained. It should be clear to all. Ma'am, could you please write in detail, sir Navneet Sharma? I'm not getting your point, sir. हाँ सर, नवनीत शर्मा सर बताइए। सर आपकी आवाज़ आई एम नॉट गेटिंग योर वॉइस प्रॉपरली, प्लीज़ या तो लिख दीजिए या आवाज़ कैसे ठीक मिले मुझे। सर आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट योर वॉइस। आई एम नॉट No, no, sir. I'm not getting your voice properly. I think problem is from my side. Manish, sir, could you please confirm my voice is audible or नहीं सुन पा
Sir,
रहे?
you're perfectly audible.
Okay, okay. ये नवनीत सर की शायद आवाज मुझे नहीं मिल रही है. Okay, okay, okay. ठीक. So what we were doing? We were discussing about how to create a quiz. Okay. I think Salini Sharma ma'am's question is clear. I think we need to have different categories for different types of evaluation schemes. So now let's see how we can create an assignment. Okay, so first, as I discussed, you have this home page of the course and you need to click on this turn editing on option. This option will enable you to add an activity or resource to the given sections. I think while creation of this course, Uttam sir has created 4 sections: topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4. These topics are, I think, related to unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 in various universities. So you may create assignment based upon unit 1, you may create assignment based on unit 2. So accordingly, you may place your quizzes, you may place your assignment in these 4 sections. We have one more section in this page, that is general section, at the top of these 4 sections. So you can create your resource, your module, your activity anywhere in these 5 sections. Okay, so I am going to create assignment in this top, in this journal section. So I need to click on this add an activity or resource. You can see this option is displaying in all these 5 sections. Okay, so just click on this add an activity or resource. So a pop-up will open, and now you need to select what we are going to create here is assignment. So select this assignment. So this assignment setting window will open. Now assignment name, suppose the assignment name in my case is assignment 1, and description of this assignment: write an essay on COVID-19, write an essay on impact of COVID-19 on education in India. Suppose this is my assignment. Okay. Now this option display description on this course page. So this description will be displayed on the course home page. If you will not select this, only this line, only this name of the assignment will be displayed. So I'm just checking this option. Now, I think my assignment question is clear to all, so I need not to upload any file. This Moodle provides you the facility to upload a file of 2 MB size maximum. Okay, so in my case, I think I don't need to upload any file. In your need, you may upload the file. Okay. Now the general section is over. Clear. Second is availability. When this assignment will be available to the students, by default the date is 29, today's date October 00, वो time हो चुका है रात का, and this is on, I think, and due date is 5 November. We are giving just 1 week to the student. Now there is one more date, cutoff date, and this is by default is not enabled. You have the option to enable this also. Now please see the difference between due date and cutoff date. If a student submits his or her assignment on 6th November, he can do so. But the receiver, you can see the grader, the teacher will receive a message as late submission. So there might be the provision, if you submit late, your 50%, 25% marks will be reduced. We may ask the students. So this third option allows you, allows us being the teacher. So we want that student should not submit assignment after let's see, November 5. So the both dates are 5. In due date section, student can submit the assignment after 5. In this case, the receiver will get the message as late submission. The submission will be considered the late submission. But if you set this cutoff date, if you enable this cutoff date, students will not be able to submit their assignments after 5th November, this time 14-18 minute. Now this fourth date refers to the system will alert you. This number of assignments have been received, please grade them. So you can set this date for sending an alert message to the grader, to the teacher, to the reviewer. So by default, let it be 12 November 2020 00. So message will be tomorrow. We will learn how we can send message, how we can set message. So the alert message will be pushed to the teacher, to the grader, कि आपको ये grading भी करनी है. Okay. So ये सारे dates we can set. Now, what type of submission we expect from the students? One is students might prepare files, either PDF file, Word file, Excel file, JPG file, X file, Y file. And another option here is online file, online submission. Means the student will directly type their response, their answer in the text box directly in the Moodle environments. So we can set both option also. But for simplicity, I'm just enabling the option of online text. So now in online text submission, we can set the words limit. So I'm setting here is 100. If a student try to type more than 100 words, he will get an error message. Okay, write your answer within 100 words. Next, feedback type. We have 3 options here. Feedback comments. Marker can leave feedback comments for each submission. Marker means the teacher. When teacher will grade, so teacher can give the feedback. Another option is that this feedback is directly in the editor window. Offline grading worksheet. In this case, the teacher will be able to download and upload a worksheet with the student's grade when marking the assignments. So the feedback will be written in the Excel sheet, and that Excel sheet can be imported. In the same way we imported the marks list. Feedback files. The teacher will be able to upload files with feedback when marking assignment submission. So just for again simplicity, feedback comments, we will see how teacher can give the feedback directly into the text box. Comment in line. If you select this yes, it means whatever the student has written in response to the assignment, the whole text will be copied to the feedback window. कई बार हम क्या चाहते हैं कि स्टूडेंट का पूरा पेपर लिख के लाता है एंड वी वांट कि ये गलत है, ये लाइन गलत है, ये ऐसा है वैसा है, उसको बोल्ड कर देते हैं, रेड कर देते हैं. So if we need such kind of functionality, such type of functionality to give proper feedback, कुछ delete करके कुछ add करके उसमें, so in that case we can select this option yes. Okay, so I think submission type is clear, feedback type is clear. Now the submission setting. Require students to click the submit button. Yes, it means a student may type in text box, may type his or her response and as a draft. So in that case there will be a save option, save button only. And if suppose today I just typed one paragraph and on tomorrow I added to that paragraph, so this is the draft version. Student can manipulate, can edit his or her draft version. So once student feel that my assignment is okay now, so he need to submit a button to confirm that okay, yes, now I am going to submit now. And it is clear that he or she will not be able to edit that. So we are enabling that student should submit on a button that I am just submitting this option. Next, requires the student accept the submission statement. We may write, we may click it, select it to yes, means student will see a statement that I confirm that this is my personal work, I have not cheated from somewhere. Such kind of message can be set. By default, you will see a message which has been by defaultly set by Moodle environment by Uttam sir, I think. So you can set this. Attempts reopened. If suppose you want to allow a student to resubmit, you can do it manually, you can automatically. Suppose an assignment which we are going to create, this assignment is of 100 marks and we said that the minimum passing marks out of this 100 marks are 40, and if a student scores 35 marks, 35 points, so if you select this automatically until pass, so this will allow the student to resubmit his or assignment, because you have set the limit as 40 to pass while the student has scored 35 only. So you can set this, but just for simplicity I am just ignoring this option. I am setting never, means student can submit only a single time. Okay, I think these settings are clear to all. Okay, now group settings. We may give the assignments in groups also. There are 60 students, we may create groups of 15 4 groups, group A, B, C, D, and assignment can be given to 4 groups. In that case each student will contribute to his or her group. So this is the way we can enable group submission, and this can only be done when your class creator, the course creator, or the, you can see, course manager has created groups in your class. So in our case you might have observed we have 10 students including me and no group is formed. So this group setting will not work in particularly in our case because we have not formed any group. So this type of setting can be done when we have created the students group. Okay, next is notification. Notify graders about the submission. Whenever a new submission is done, the grader will be notified. So by default this is no, means whenever a new submission is done, grader will not be notified a new submission is done. Okay, Next option is notify graders about the late submission. So do you want ki for every submission the grader here the teacher will be notified? If you want, you can set it here yes. So automatically the next option is disabled. Why? Because the late submission is also a kind of submission. Na? So for every submission, grader will be notified, and you may set that only for the late submission the grader will be notified. So accordingly, you may set this true false, this sorry yes no, and this yes no. So I am setting yes for all, means for normal submission also the grader will be informed, notified. For late submission also the grader will be the grader will be notified. Now, third option is yes by default. So this is for student. These two options are for student, for the grader, for the teacher. When a teacher, a grader, evaluator grades, assign the grades to the assignment of a student. So by default, this option is yes, means student will be notified कि आपकी grading हो गई है. So let it be yes, no problem. Now the important point. How you will assess the assignment? You have two options here, scale and scaling. As I discussed in the grade book page, grade setup page, we have two scales only: default competency scale, separated and connected ways of knowing by default, and you had the option you may create your scaling also. So I think these are not related to evaluate our assignment. So another option is point. So I will evaluate this assignment based upon the points out of. So you can set the maximum grade for this assignment. By default, it is 100. Okay. So let it be 100, no problem. Now, grades we have set. Grading method. We have the option of rubric, marking guide, direct simple direct grading, simply 10, 15, 5. With rubrics you need to justify why you have been given 10 marks for this assignment of 100 marks. So you may set the criteria. If suppose you ask your student to write a research paper on impact of COVID-19 on education in India, and ask him to do a comprehensive literature review of 30-40 references should be cited. So you asked your 10 students to write an essay or a research paper on this impact of COVID-19 on education. One student has written his research paper with 10 references only. Another has written 20, 30, 35. So you will grade them differently. One will be given 5 marks, second will be 6 marks, 8 marks. So just for justification, you may set the rubrics. If a student write an assignment, an essay with 10 references only, he will be graded 1 mark. He will be awarded 1 mark. If a student writes 10 to 20 references, he will be graded 2 marks. If a student writes 30 to 40 references, 20 to 30 references, he will be graded 3 marks, 4 marks accordingly. So this is the way student could be justified why you have been given 3 marks, 2 marks, 1 mark. Okay, so we have another criteria in case of writing a research paper: results. How you have discussed, how you have obtained, analyzed the results. Where are the graphs? A student has simply written the results in a paragraph, and another student has embedded some graphs. So rubrics can be defined for different criteria to evaluate the students' work. Marking guide, you can see in the case of the in process, in review, this type of facilities provided with this. We are just going with simple way, and this is simple direct grading. Just give 10, 20, 30 marks out of 100. No student will ask why you have given. because you are not sorry, a student will ask why you have given 30 marks. If you will follow the concept of rubrics, I think they will not ask, they have the answer, because I have cited only 10 differences. How I can be awarded 5 marks? So based upon the criteria defined for all students, if you will write 10 differences, you will be awarded only 1 marks. So that can be done. Okay, so I think we have done this grade part, grading method part. Now we have this third option here, grade category. This is important for grading point, for grade book purpose. This is this point will allow you to map the marks of this assignment to the grade book. And if you remember, I have created a category for assignment in that grade book. The category name was assignments. So now the time is to map the marks of this assignment 1 to which category? Uncategorized, or quizzes, or exams, or assignments. So obviously we will map the marks under this assignments category. Okay, so the total marks for this assignment are 100, and you may set the marks here for passing also. If a student will score below 40, you will see in gradebook his marks will be displayed in red color. If a student scores more than 40 or 40, his marks will be displayed in green color. So this functionality will work if you enable the, I think, where was that functionality, auto reopen, like this, automatically until pass. If you set the 40 and student score 35, he or she will be able to automatically resubmit. Okay, but by default we are allowing to never, so we are not implementing that feature, that property. Blind marking, you will not be, being a teacher, you will not be able to see the name of the student. Hide grader identity. Student, in this case, you being a evaluator, being a teacher, will not be able to see ये assignment किसने कौन सा submit किया है, who has submitted this assignment. In next option, the students will not be able to see किस evaluator ने evaluate किया है. Okay, and use marking workflow. This step, this option allows the assignment will be assessed, evaluated in a workflow, level 1, level 2, level 3, and then after evaluating the assignment at multiple levels flow, finally the marks of all students will be released. So just for again simplicity, we are not going to work with this workflow environment. So by default it is no, and we are blind. We have this no option. This is no option. Next few settings are optional, and you will see whenever we add a new module, new activity, resource to our course page, these 4 5 options will be there for every component, every module, every resource. So let's see, first is common module setting. So the availability, so on course page, so this, the detail of this assignment will be viewed, will be shown on the course page. Second is ID number. You if suppose you are working in an Excel sheet and there are 2 columns, one is A, B, and for 2 columns there are multiple rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now in 2 columns, if suppose you want in third column you want the maximum of these 2 values of these 2 columns, so we may generally write a formula equal to, in Excel I'm talking about, equal to max A1 comma A2. So cell values are identified by A1 A2, and we can drag up to the bottom A2 A2 B2 C2 sorry A2 B2 A3 B3, C3, sorry, again, D1, D2. So the maximum values out of A1, B1 will be entered into the column number C, C1, C2, C3. So if suppose we want to manipulate the marks, suppose uh, we, as I discussed in our institution case, we give two assignments to the students, and the maximum marks for both assignments are 5. 5 for assignment 1, 5 for assignment 2. And if suppose a student scores 3 in first assignment and 4 in second assignment, so we have the concept of we will consider the maximum marks, right? So 3 and 4, so means 4 marks will be considered. So in this Moodle environment, if you want to do so, and if suppose there are 3 assignment, A1, A2, A3, and the provision is that the best marks, maximum marks out of these 3 assignments of each 5 marks, uh, 5 each assignment is of 5 marks, maximum, or you can say the best marks will be considered. So the formula will become max A1, B1, C1 if we work in Excel environment. So this Moodle gradebook will also facilitate us to work similar to the Excel environment. So for that purpose, you should have some kind of IDs for different components. So if suppose I want to perform something with this assignment 1 in the fashion of the Excel sheet, so I need to give this, although this part is optional, but if you want to manipulate marks, you need to give ID number for this assignment. So in this case, this assignment 1 will be identified with A1. Okay. Next is separate groups. As I discussed, I think we have not created groups in our class. So the important point here is that groups, how you will, if groups are there, how you will enable one group to submit assignment 1, second group to submit assignment 2, and suppose there are 4 groups and we assign 4 different assignment to 4 groups. So in that case, we can restrict the students, the groups. So this option, by clicking on this is gray button, add group grouping access restriction. So if you will click on this, you will see in this restrict access, okay, so means the student must match the following criteria. So assignment 1 can be submitted to those students who are in group this one, because we do not have groups in our class. So if we have groups, you will see those groups G1, G2, G3, G4 here. So by this way, we will enable the students to submit the assignment in groups. Okay. We have other restrictions also here. Suppose based upon user profile, we can enable the students, only those students can submit the assignment whose profile field, means whose email address is equal to this. So we can set the restriction, okay, whose surname is this, whose phone number is this, whose institution is this, whose first name is this, department is this. These are the personal parameters of a student registered in the course. So these two options allows us to restrict the access of quizzes, assignments. You will see these settings, these options in every component almost. Okay. So just again for simplicity, we are not going to work with any group. We are just float this assignment, publish this assignment to individual students. Okay. So the restriction can also be set for groups if you are not assigning this assignment to groups, other type of restriction can be set, like that restrictions at uh, user profile and grade. The submission of this assignment one can only be done if a student has this level of percentage obtained in a previous exam. So you may set here only those students can appear, can take this assignment who have grade 5 or higher in xyz exam, in xyz assignment. So we can set a label, a sequence of activities. Assignment 2 can only be submitted by those students who obtained 5 grades, 5 marks in assignment 1. Sir, there is no meaning, I think, for a group of one person. What is the minimum requirement of number of person in a group? Can we have group of one student? Individual assignment to be, sir, there is no meaning of a single group, single person. We can create a group of Salini Sharma ma'am. We can create a group of 2 students also. Individual assignment to each student can we can do it by setting restrictions. Why not, ma'am? You can set restriction on individual level that the students who has the email id this can attempt, can take this assignment. The student whose surname is this can take this assignment. And at group level also we can set the restriction. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the restriction. So let just leave this optional. Activity completion. As I discussed, suppose there are 4 activities, and those activity might be related to unit wise syllabus course of a program, of a unit wise syllabus of a course. So suppose we have created 4 assignments based upon 4 units of syllabus, assignment 1, 2, 3, 4. So up now we want to restrict the students. Only those students will take this assignment, this quiz, who have completed the first assignment. So for that purpose, to set the restriction, how you will evaluate, how you will check whether the student has completed this activity. So activity, for activity completion, we have this option, do not indicate activity completion. Means for this assignment 1, there is no need to mark that the assignment 1 is completed or not completed by the student. So you can set this. Next option is student can manually mark the activity as completed. So a student need to click on a checkbox, yes, I have done this activity. So with this way, we as a teacher will be able to identify whether the student has completed this assignment 1 or not, so that he or she could attempt the assignment 2. And third option, show activity as completed when conditions are met. This is automatic. When the conditions will be met, and then activity will be completed or will be marked as completed automatically. So there are 3 conditions. First, by default, a student must view this activity to complete it. Yes, he should view. A student must submit to this activity to complete it. Yes, second option is. Third, in this way, suppose this is the case of assignment, and the case is students need to repeatedly submit the assignment until they pass the assignment, and the passing marks are 40, and student at first attempt scored 30 or 35 marks. So just student has viewed the activity, student has at his or her end has completed, has submitted the assignment, but assignment has not been completed yet, because the rule was student need to resubmit if he or she scores below 40 marks. So in this case, if I mark this third option, student must receive a grade to complete this activity. So when a student view the activity, student uh, submit to an activity. This activity means this assignment or quiz or like other similar activities or resources and modules. So this, by enabling this third, this activity, this assignment one will be considered as completed by the student if he or she is awarded or he or she receive a grade. So we can set this. Now these two again are optional. Tags, we can give appropriate tags for tags management in Moodle. uh, we can set the competencies level. While creation of a course, a teacher or a administrator may set that after completing of this course, student will be able to do so and so. So to evaluate the competencies, we may ask the students, just give us the proof that you are competent in this artificial intelligence course. Okay, so just leaving these optional, we are not exploring these two options, tags, competencies here. So I think we have the important we have set all the important parameters options for this assignment one. So just click on this save and return to the course. Okay, so now assignment one is live. Students registered in this course may submit their responses to this assignment one. So now please see, I have this second screen in Mozilla browser. In teacher role, I am working in Chrome environment. So to submit this assignment one, I need to log in with user. I need to log in with student role. So I have login ID and password of students also. User. So I have logged in with user 2201, and you can see this user also has registered in three courses. I am interested in artificial intelligence at the moment. So this is the students home page of artificial intelligence course, and you can see these four sections here and this general section at the top. And what we had created for this AI course is appearing here. Assignment 1, write an essay on impact of sorry, it was a typo mistake, of COVID-19 on education in India. And this is box which will automatically checked when the marks for this assignments are evaluated. This box indicates that this activity has not been completed yet. In another way, you can see, okay, now see, this student has been registered in these three courses. So 0% means something is being assigned to the student and he or she has not completed it. So you will see, once the student receives the submit the assignment and receives the grade, you will see 100% here. So let's see. First, let's submit. In the role of student, this is the student home page for assignment 1. Not attempted, not graded, 6 days remaining, last date is this. Okay, now for this question, suppose student, remember we had enabled only this online text editor to write the response of students. So just I am writing my essay on this COVID-19. This is my essay on COVID-19 oh sorry, 19 for education in India, just for testing. You have this rich text editor window. You may embed images, video, audio, like that. Okay, you may have list 1, 2, 3. So save changes, and please see, I have just saved my draft here. I have written this. This is my essay on COVID-19 for education in India, and I have the option to edit this. I can write this essay was assigned by Sunil sir. Okay. Again save. Again you have saved your draft. Now submit. You have the option to write comment also. Work done. This comment will also be viewed by the grader, by the teacher. You can remove, you can still edit, and now the time is to submit this assignment to the teacher. So this is the option you might have observed, a confirm submission. So this submission is my own work, except where I have acknowledged the use of works of other people. This line is by default written by the Moodle, and this line can be edited, manipulated by the administrator of the Moodle. So I am confirming that this is my own work और मैं इसको सबमिट करने जा रहा हूँ. Yes. At student and you can see you have submitted for grading, and now it is not seeing that draft saved, right? Now you cannot edit, you cannot remove. The options are disabled, not appearing. Now let's move to the teachers window. In graders window, in teachers window, you need to click on this assignment 1. So this is a summary. Total participants are 10, drafts 0. किसी के भी system में भी draft save नहीं है. If somebody saves the draft of assignment, this will be reflected here. So submitted 1, to be graded 1, and due date is this, time remaining this. So this assignment 1 is for teacher to be, this summary is for teacher. Next you will see I myself can submit my assignment, because earlier I discussed I myself have already been registered in this course in the role of student. Just leave that role. We are working with this teacher role here. So view all submission or the grade. Just click on the grade. So you will see, yeah. This is my essay on so and so. This essay was assigned by Sunil sir. Out of 100, how many marks we will give? So just essay is very good. Assign it to assign 85 marks. And if you remember, I had checked that option so that the feedback comments window, the whole text written by the student will be copied. So you can write feedback here. Very good assignment. Okay. Save changes. We have received only a single assignment. So if you have received multiple, so you can navigate from here. So next you can see nothing we have received. For fourth user, we have not received anything. Just go back to the course home page. Now see, this is a student window having name user 201, graded. Okay, how many marks? 85 marks out of 100. किसके द्वारा ग्रेड किया है? अगर हम वहां पर यस कर देते तो ये पता नहीं चलता, जहां पर है ना. And what are the feedback comments? वो सारा already that was copied, and I deleted one statement here and added my feedback in the feedback comment window, in teachers window, that can be reflected here. So now see, in grade book, this is the description of marks. Assignment 1 is 100% weightage, 100% in the category of assignments, 85, like that. So in this way we can create assignments, we can grade, we can evaluate the assignments. Now let's see the teachers window, and in teachers window see the grades. So user T01 has submitted and he has been awarded 85 marks, 85 marks total. I think creation of assignment and its evaluation is clear to all. So now let's move to the next thing, and that is quiz and question banks. So first, as we discussed earlier, a quiz may be created in two ways. One is in Moodle environment, directly add, or you can say the create questions to the quiz. Another way is you can create questions in your text file. I will show you how we can create question in a text file. That text file can be imported uh, into the Moodle environment. So the questions which we typed, which we created in text file .txt extension with, will be imported to the question banks. So question bank is different thing and quiz is a different thing. And those questions which are stored in the question banks can be then imported into the quiz. So there are two levels. One level is you can import the questions from your text files to the question bank first. Then from question banks, you can import the questions to the quiz. So let us see how we can create the question banks in Moodle environment. Okay. So you can see the marks of this student. Only quiz column is empty because we have not created the quiz. Okay. So in the teacher role, just go to the home page and click on this blue icon, and you will see on this course administration page at the bottom we have question banks and questions here. Okay. So we have this page question bank, and you can see there is no any question bank on this page. So first we need to create a question bank. So you can say the categories of questions. So just click on this categories. Okay. So by default there are various categories, and these categories are, I think, based upon the levels: system, engineering, BTech, and under BTech we have CSE, under CSE we have semester 3, under semester 3 we have course AI. So default categories are already there based upon the hierarchy level of the settings done by the Uttam sir. So we just want to add our categories directly under the artificial intelligence course. We are not interested to create the categories under semester 3 or CSE. Categories can be created at multiple levels. So categories means we are going to create question banks for different purpose. Categories may be related to, if suppose our course syllabus is divided into 4 units, so we can maintain, we can create and maintain four question banks, four categories. Category 1 is unit 1, category 2 is unit 2, category 3 unit 3, and 4. In another way, we can create categories for different types of question as per our need. We can create categories based upon the units. We can create categories uh, based upon the types of question, multiple choice questions, true false type of questions, matching type of questions. So you can create category as per your needs. So please see, I am going to create the categories based upon the types of questions. So at the top of artificial intelligence, just a minute, I think I should delete this. There is no significance of this. I'm sorry. Let it be. So just please add a new category. Let's see. At the top of this AI course, directly under the AI artificial intelligence course, the category or the question bank name is multiple choice questions. Okay, so I will add multiple choice questions under this question bank having name multiple choice question. This category information is optional, but you may write it question bank of. Okay, and there is no need, this is optional, of ID number. So I have created this category. So you can see under this artificial intelligence course, I have a category, a question bank have choice question, and this 0 indicates कि under this category, under this question bank, there is no any question bank. This bank is empty. So let's see, create one more category here. And now the category is true, false questions. And I can write description as question bank of, oh sorry, USTION, true false question. Right. So I think it is clear to all how we can create the question banks, and you can see these question banks are empty. No any question has been added to these question bank. So now next thing is we can add, as I discussed earlier, we can add questions in two ways. One, directly in Moodle environment, we can create the question. Another, we can create question in the text file, and those questions can be imported. Okay, so you can see the option here, import and export. The questions created under a category can be exported and can be imported from the text file and other files. There are 4-5 files supported by the Moodle. So let's see first quickly how we can add a question to the question bank. How we can add a question to the question bank in Moodle environment. Later, I will describe, we will practice how we can import the question. Please remember, there are two ways to add the question to the question bank and quiz also. One is to add in Moodle environment directly. Another one is to import. So just I am clicking on this true false question. Okay. So you will see here an option, create a new question. So I am interested to add a new question to this question bank. Now, which type of question you are interested? I'm just going to create a true false question. add. Question name, it's just giving Q1. True false question. So my question is, oh sorry, Moodle is a learning management system. This is my question. Now, default mark. By default, this question is of 1 mark. You may edit that. Okay, this question is of 5 mark. Journal feedback. Journal feedback means if suppose 50-60 number of students attempt this quiz, they all will see the journal feedback. You may cite, you may give the reference here. If suppose you have 20-30 number of questions and students are confused कि ये कहाँ से आ गए question, ये कहाँ से आए हैं. Say this time यूपीएससी के एग्जाम में ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आए, the students are searching कि ये questions कहाँ से आए. So teacher may set a link कि the detailed description of these questions can be found on XYZ link. So REFER refer to www.vbicam.in for answers of the questions. So this is general feedback we can say. Okay, the question was Moodle is this. We had said the feedback. Now, what is the correct answer of this? Is this true or false? Obviously, it is true. So the correct answer we need to mention here is. Now, if suppose a student select this option true, what will be the feedback at that time? So we may write yes, correct answer. Yes, correct answer. And what if a student select false, means Moodle is not a LMS? So no, you may write the feedback as no. Wrong answer. Okay, we have the option here, multiple tries. If a student attempts the test multiple times, you may define the scheme. First time he will get 1 mark, second time he will get 0.5 mark, third time he will get 2.25 marks. This scheme can also be set. Save. This question is ready. Okay, how this question will appear? If we select this question in the quiz, how this question will appear? So that can be viewed. So you can see we are here in this true false question bank. In this question bank, you can see this one indicates there is one question in this true false question bank or category. And this question is listed here. If you want to edit, duplicate, manage, delete, and preview, you can do so. So I just want to preview this question, how this will appear. You can see Moodle is a learning management system. Select one. True. Submit and finish. So after submission, the correct answer is true. This was the question level feedback which I had set. Yes, correct answer. And this is journal feedback. Right? This is journal feedback. If you want to confirm this, whether the Moodle is a learning management system, true or false, so you may refer to the BBICAM site. Okay, so just closing this preview. So in this way, you can create question banks. You can create questions to the question banks in Moodle environment. Now let's see. I think I had two categories. So just move to the categories section tab. We have here multiple choice questions. And you can see there is no any question in this multiple choice questions category or bank. So I'm now interested to add a question of multiple choice in this question bank. So what I need to do, same as we did with the true false type, we just need to click on the create a new question. Okay, so now I want to add a multiple choice type of question in my question bank. So just I need to select this multiple choice option and then add. So okay, see, uh, the question name is Q1 here. Okay, question text. uh, which of the following FOWW is a learning management system? This is my question. And for this question, you may give multiple answers through which student will select the appropriate, the correct one. So the default mark for this question, by default it is 5. 1, you can set 5. General feedback again, refer to okay. Now ID number, this is optional, we need not to do anything with this ID. Now in case of multiple choice answer, the option is कि out of 4 or 5 options, how many are correct? Only single is correct, or 2 or 3 are correct. So the options here are multiple answer allowed or one answer only. So by default, just for simplicity, one answer is correct. So now you can see here, shuffle the choice. I think we discussed earlier, we can shuffle the choice. Okay. So number the choice, how the numbering will appear. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, no numbering. You can set. No numbering. So standard instructions. Standard actions will be shown if suppose the answers of a multiple choice questions are two options are correct. So in that case, if you select this yes, so the system will assist the student select one or more. If only single answer is correct, the system will give a hint to the student, select an appropriate option. So system will give a hint, okay, multiple options are correct or single option is correct. So by default, let it be no. So now for this question, we need to give the choices. Choice 1, what was the question? Which of the following is a learning management system? So first is Google. So is Google a learning management system? No. So if a student select Google as the answer for this question, we will not give any grade. So here the option is grades. What you will assign? None, because the answer is wrong. Why will you give? Why will the system will give the grade? Okay, and this is system question level feedback. You may write wrong answer. Okay, now option 2, choice 2, Google. Choice 2 is Moodle. Yes, Moodle is a learning management environment. If a student select this Moodle, so the grade what we will give 100%. 100% means इस 5 का पूरा 5 मिलेगा. If 2 answers are correct, so we may set 50% for this and 50% for next. This can be done if multiple options are correct. So, but we are working with a single option. We have set here only one answer. If we are selecting multiple answers, so we can distribute the grades among 2 or 3 or 4 questions. Moodle, Google. Third option is Android, and obviously we will not give any grade because this is wrong. This is correct answer. Okay, now what happened next? Okay, so next option, there is no any hard and fast rule to give four options for multiple choice question. At least three are required. So you may set 5, 6, 7, 10. No problem. Sorry, minimum two are required in multiple choice question. So choice 4, we may leave it blank. We don't want to go for choice 4, choice 5. We have just three options. So we can we in this way we have set our option. Now combined feedback. Combined feedback in the sense, if suppose the question is of type multiple choice, when multiple choice may be correct, so in that case you may set the feedback as your answer is absolutely correct. If suppose out of four options a student selects one correct answer, one wrong answer, when two selections are allowed, so in this case the feedback may be written as your answer is partially correct. And if a student totally select the wrong options, so you can write the your answer is incorrect. Again here the chance is multiple tries. So at every try how many marks you will deduct for the penalty, you may set here. Okay, so just saving the changes. So by this way we have created a multiple choice question under this category, under this question bank, multiple choice questions. So you can see that question is listed here as we previewed in case of true false question. We can also preview this by clicking on this option. Yes, here is the question: which of the following is a learning management system? And I think it was Moodle. Submit and finish. Yes, your answer is correct. And in this window, you can see mark 5.0 out of 500. Correct answer. So I hope it will be clear to all how we can create the categories, how we can create questions under the categories or question banks. Ritika ma'am, I think time is only 8 minutes left, and we are left with creation of quiz and importing of question and creation of question in text file. So tomorrow also I have two sessions. So I think might I go ahead for 4 p.m. or I should discuss these left 2 points in my tomorrow's sessions?
Sir, it is up to you. If you think that the continuity is required, I
No,
would say you may continue, and if you think you can do it tomorrow, it might be
I,
that way.
मुझे लग रहा है नेक्स्ट सेशन सफर करेगा, थोड़ा डिले हो जाएगा, तो ये पार्टिसिपेंट विल आस्क फॉर द ब्रेक.
Okay, fine. So in that case, sir, you can continue with it in your next session.
Yes, ma'am. I will continue in tomorrow's session. So we have left with how to import the questions in the question bank, and then with question banks we will create quiz in the Moodle environment. So in today's session, if you have any doubts, queries, questions, you may please ask. Otherwise, we may close the session, and I think at 4 there is next session of
Yes, sir.
advanced concepts in Moodle, like plugins and other things by Uttam sir.
I request in any case any participant has a query, they can clarify it from Sunil sir.
Ma'am, I wanted to know something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
ask.
Ma'am, I wanted to know, like, you are giving us instructions in a particular subject. Like, can we try practicing it in our own subject, or we have to do replicate what we are being told in the class?
Ma'am, I'm not getting your voice clearly. Could you please repeat your question or type in the chat box? थोड़ी सी bandwidth problem है, इंटरनेट सही नहीं आ रहा.
अच्छा, लैंग्वेज सर, साउंड की प्रॉब्लम आ रही है सर.
हाँ, अब मैं आपको ठीक सुन पा
सर
रहा हूँ.
मैं
प्लीज.
जी, जी। मैं ये कह रही थी कि जैसे आप लोग हमें आर्टिफ़िशियल इंटेलिजेंस पे उसको एक एग्ज़ाम्पल लेके हमें बता रहे हैं।
Yes.
तो क्या हमें जब प्रैक्टिस हम लोग कर रहे हैं तो उसी चीज से करना चाहिए या फिर हम अपना कुछ कोर्स और अपना वो क्रिएट करके तब उस पर प्रैक्टिस करें तो
Ma'am,
ठीक है?
there is no any hard and fast rule कि you need to practice in AI course. You can create your own courses having the name Hindi, Mathematics, Applied Mathematics, and just there are the options are same which I am working with. In the same way, you can create quizzes, assignments, grade book. There is no any problem with the name of the course, ma'am.
Sir, is there any video recording available where we can just reflect back what was told in the class and just do it while the practice session?
Ma'am, this session is being recorded. I think by 6 p.m. this video will be available on our YouTube channel, VVICAM.
Sir,
Okay.
sorry to interfere. Ma'am, the video recording of all the sessions has been shared at our YouTube channel. And if you check the
Okay.
FDP WhatsApp group, the link for those video recordings is shared in that group.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Participant has any query? Well, in that case, I think we can call off the session 1 for today. So with this, we draw curtains to the session 1. I thank you, Sunil sir, for explaining grades, assignments, question bank, quizzes in Moodle in so detail. Please accept the certificate from our side as a simple token of remembrance for this wonderful session.
thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. And the few things that are left over, sir will continue in his next session tomorrow.
Morning.
Meanwhile, we will close the session 1 for today, and we will reopen the room at 3:45 for session 2 today, which will be taken by Uttam sir regarding plugins on Moodle. So I thank all my participants, and I once again thank Sunil sir for the wonderful session.
Okay,
I
ma'am. Thank
request Manish sir to now close this session. Thank you, sir.